What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
Welcome into episode 110, everybody. I am your host, SleezBall. Today's episode will be my Week 8 quarterback ranking tiers, all teams, all matchups this week. Before we dive into it, guys, make sure you smash that like, make sure you smash that subscription, turn that bell on. It helps me out a ton. I will be live all weekend long, Thursday to Monday. Different content creators, different shows covering everything for Week 8. If you guys cannot make the Week 8 shows, you can always drop any comment you want down below. One of my goals is to answer every single question this season to help you guys get that weekly win and get you that ultimate goal of a championship, guys. Also, my kicker and ranking defenses just dropped. I'm going to try and get all my rankings out today to you guys. And let's dive into my quarterbacks heading into Week 8. So guys, if you are new to the channel, this is my QB rankings board for Week 8. The baller tier at the top, the must-start quarterbacks, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5. We're going to break down all 32 quarterbacks here into tiers this week, guys, and there's some great matchups this week. Now, starting off with number 1, if you ever rank this guy outside of number 1, you're just out of your mind. Lamar Jackson, number 1 player in fantasy football, absolutely lit it up last night with 5 TDs versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. Gets the Cleveland Browns defense this week in a division rival game, which is usually a grunge match. But the way that the Ravens are moving the ball now, it is just impossible to stop them between Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. It's unbelievable. I love watching it. It's crazy. The Cleveland Browns defense actually isn't that bad. They rank 15th versus the quarterback on the season, giving up 15.1. They stingy up in the red zone. They're top 3 in the red zone. They give up 206 pass yards a game. But again, this is Lamar Jackson. The rushing upside is there. And I'm hoping that Jameis Winston can come in here and possibly make this offense move the ball a little bit here so the Ravens aren't, so the Cleveland Browns defense isn't on the field the whole time. Hopefully that happens. This is a top defense, guys. They just are always out there and it's killing them. Number 2 is going to be Jalen Hurts and the Cincinnati Bengals. They headed into the Cincinnati Bengals house. Jalen Hurts. This game is going to be a 47.5 over-under. This is going to be a game where the defenses are good versus the run. This is going to be a game where the points are flying for the quarterbacks and the wide receivers. I was lower on Jalen Hurts last week for the Saquon revenge game. Saquon went absolutely bonkers. I was lower on Devonta Smith as well. That hit. I was lower on AJ, but he hit the bomb, so I missed on that one. But, man, that was awesome to see Saquon just destroy MetLife Stadium and the way they just ran him over. It was awesome to see. Number 3 on the week is going to be Josh Allen. Gets the Seattle Seahawks in a possible shootout game here. Again, another high-scoring game. This is what you look for in fantasy football. They have it at 47.5 over-under already. And the Seattle Seahawks on the year right now, I told you guys, if you've seen any of my other videos, they were frauds with those first 3 games, right? So their defense got a very big boost playing 3, Bo Nix, Jacoby Brissett, and Skylar Thompson. So their defense ranks 17th, giving up 15.7 to the quarterback. But again, that's skewed to me because the start of the season. They rank 20th in the red zone, and they give up 217 pass yards a game. But it is Josh Allen. It does not matter. This man is an absolute beast. And Amari Cooper only ran 12 routes last week. First game there, still got a touchdown. Now Amari Cooper is going to be more involved in the offense. This is going to be a nightmare for defenses to stop now. And Josh Allen's always going to be in my baller tier. Number 4 is going to be Jordan Love, and I thought, honestly, about putting him QB1 this week, guys. But I just can't over Lamar Jackson. I just can't do it. Lamar is just too good. But the matchup that the Green Bay Packers get this week is your fantasy football pot of gold. The Jacksonville Jaguars defense ranks 32nd versus the quarterback, dead last, 23.5 points per game. So Jordan Love is going to absolutely smash this week. They rank 28th in the red zone, and they give up 285 pass yards per game, second worst to the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, what is there not to like in this game on the Green Bay side? The Jags defense is just bad, guys. Number 5, sticking with the Jalen Hurts game here. I'm putting Joe Burrow. He's first time into my baller tier here, guys. And they get the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles pass defense currently on the year ranks 8th versus the quarterback, giving up 13.8. They're stingy up in the they're about mid-tier in the red zone. They're 14th in the red zone. They give up 204 pass yards. It's just the touchdowns that don't happen. They give up a lot of yards to the wide receiver position. And like I said, this is going to be a high-flying T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, high-scoring game. And you're starting Joe Burrow in this game no matter what. Number 6, welcome to the baller tier, Caleb Williams. Absolutely balling his last 2 games. I told you guys, if you watch my videos, start buying the Bears. Their schedule was absolute gold. And it just gets even better. Now you get Washington. Next week you get Arizona. Then you get New England. Then you get Green Bay. Then you get Minnesota. Then you get Detroit. All these are bad pass defenses. Caleb Williams is set up to finish as a top 5 quarterback as a rookie, which is absolutely bonkers to me. And when you get the Washington Commanders, they rank 19th versus the quarterback, giving up 16 points a game, 18th in the red zone, 212 pass yards at the quarterback position, but they can't stop the wide receiver for anything. So Keenan Allen, DJ Moore are going to feast in this game. Commanders are good versus the tight end, so Komet's in for a little tougher matchup here. But man, this is going to be an all systems go Caleb Williams game this week. Quarterback number 7, Sammy Darnold, Mr. I just averaged 20 a game quarterback, and he possibly could have TJ Hawkinson back maybe on the short week versus the Rams here on Thursday Night Football. And the Rams are just another defense that is just struggling. I know they got the Raiders, so their numbers boosted a little bit last week because the Raiders are horrible. But the Rams rank 16th versus the quarterback. They rank 9th in the red zone. They give up 227 yards passing. But you got to go up against Jettis, Addison, Aaron Jones. And if Hawkinson's back out there, Sammy Darnold is set for an insane schedule coming forward, guys. If he is on your waiver wire, guys, he is going to be a quarterback that is okay to start for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, I would say 5 out of the next 7 weeks here is going to be a start of a quarterback. So you get the Rams, you get the Colts, you get the Jags. Those are 3 smashable defenses coming up for Sam Darnold. Go get this man. He's going to ball out this week. Number 8, coming out the struggle bus week, C.J. Stroud. The Green Bay Packers defense, guys, is good. I could have dropped him lower here. They rank 6th versus the quarterback, giving up 13 points. They rank 12th in the red zone. They give up 225 pass yards. But, that was against the Green Bay Packers last week. Sorry, the Green Bay Packers, top defense. They locked him up to 5 points. I'm saying it wrong. Sorry, I'm waking up here. So the Houston Texans this week, this is your bounce back game for CJ Stroud. Everyone's like down on him. Should I drop him? Should I trade him? No, you're holding CJ Stroud. You get the Indianapolis Colts. They rank 22nd versus the quarterback, giving up 17.5 points per game. And they rank 29th in the red zone. That's third to last. 237 pass yards a game. I expect Tank Dell to get more involved in this game. Can't believe he dropped a goose egg last week. Joe Mixon is in for an absolute smash play. We'll get to that on the running back side. And you should see a lot of Stephon Diggs here. The Colts can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. This is going to be an absolute great play for CJ Stroud. Number 9. It's good to see this name back on my board. Tua Tagovailoa, supposedly back week 8. Oh, remember to check your updates, guys. He's coming out of concussion protocol here. Not going to wear a cap, which even freaks me out even more. But there's no better game to come back to for all these Dolphins. Like, this is your Dolphins blast-off game right here. And the schedule ahead for the Dolphins is gold. We'll get to that in a second. But the Arizona Cardinals rank 27th versus the quarterback, giving up 18.5 points. 31st in the red zone, second last. 250 passing yards a game. And you're going to tell me that Tua comes back to this matchup with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, HN looked good last week. This is going to be an all-explosive Dolphins turnaround game here. And when I'm talking about the schedule here, and I'm pulling it up right now, I know it off the top of my head, but I don't know the exact matchups here. So you get Arizona, you get Buffalo, you get the Rams, you get the Raiders, you get the Pats, you get Green Bay, you get the Jets. This is just smash all the way Dolphins matchup here. If Tua can stay healthy, the Dolphins are going to go on a run here. And I love them. This is why they were on my buy lows for weeks, guys. Number 10, Kyler Murray. Big dub last night for the Cardinals. Call of Duty is coming out soon, so watch out for Kyler Murray here. But, that win over the Chargers may have saved their season. There was a couple really bad calls in that game. But they get Miami, so I'm a lot lower on Kyler Murray this week. I know they're missing Phillips out for the year, their superstar DN. But the Dolphins give up 8.5 points per game to the quarterback position. They are number 1. They are number 1 in the red zone. And they have 164 yards. I'm almost tempted to sit Kyler Murray in this game. But again, his rushing upside is too good. And he's still going to score points no matter what. So I'm going to keep him top 10. But this is a very tempered expectation here on Kyler Murray. I almost dropped him lower. Number 11. They got their feet wet last week. They got the loss. The New York Jets did not get the win they needed over the Steelers. Russell Wilson stole the show. But Aaron Rodgers, man, if he's on your waiver wire, pick this man up. The connection with Devontae Adams is going to click, guys. It is going to start working here. And the schedule they have is going to be nice coming ahead, but we'll get to that here in a second. The New York Jets this week are going to get the New England Patriots. And Trevor Lawrence just had a day against New England Patriots. He's been struggling all year long. So I love this matchup this week for Aaron Rodgers. The New England Patriots versus the quarterback on the season are currently ranking 11th, giving up 15 points a game. They're currently ranked 16th in the red zone. They allow 234.1, but this is a different beast of an offense. Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson. I mean, and so even if you look back to the matchup before, right? Aaron Rodgers toasted him. And then you had Garrett Wilson even beat Christian Gonzalez, and Christian Gonzalez is kind of getting beat this year. So now you got Devontae Adams out there too. You got Lazard, who looks good as well. Conklin caught a little touchdown on a flag play they were going to challenge. The weapons are going to start clicking here. Breece Hall is going to be my RB1. I'll get to that also in my running back video. The Jets are coming, man. I'm telling you, the Jets are coming. Look out, look out, look out. Go pick up Aaron Rodgers if he's out there. Number 12 is going to be Kirk O. Cousins. Lamar Jackson could have dropped a 50 bomb on this Tampa Bay defense last night, but Henry decided to steal the show as well, rushing and getting a little receiving touchdown as well. Tampa Bay ranks 31st versus the quarterback, guys. Giving up 22 points a game. They rank dead last in the red zone, and they give up 271 pass yards per game. That is third worst in the NFL. This is an all-eat Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan finally being used right. No more Algier split finally last week. And they don't have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. So the opportunities are going to be more and more. I think Tampa's really going to struggle in this game, probably get some points in garbage time, and that's about it. It's going to be really, really ugly on the Bucs side there. Heading to number 13 and number 14, or we're going to do them together here because they're playing each other. The San Francisco 49ers, man, God, my boys are falling apart. Ayuk is now out for the season. Debo hospitalized. We don't know what's going on there. No update yet. Should be back this week. Jordan Mason's going to lead the rushing attack still. CMC hopefully back week 10. Hopefully we can get to this bye and hopefully turn it around here with CMC coming back, because it is really, really ugly right now. But in this game, you're going to get the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys defense gives up 18.7 points per game to the quarterback. That ranks 28th. They rank 21st in the red zone. They give up 226 pass yards, which is bottom 10 in the NFL. I know that Ayuk's out, but he wasn't doing much anyways. So Ricky Pearsall is going to step in. Jawan Jennings will be back out there. Kittle with a little foot injury. I'm expecting him to play, but pay attention to updates there. And Debo should be back. This should be a smash play for Brock Purdy. I'm just tempering expectations a little because of injuries. On the Dak Prescott side, it was time to buy Dak last week. I had this guy smash buy, CeeDee Lamb. Go get them all off your buy. I hope you guys listened. They get the 49ers this week. It is a tough defense. They rank 12th versus the quarterback, giving up 14. They rank 11th in the red zone, 217 pass yards allowed. But guys, you have to look at this. Like this, I'm not saying I love this game for Dak here, right? But this is why I love Dak and CeeDee so much going forward. This schedule they have is just amazing. Atlanta, Philly, Houston, Washington, Giants, Cincy, Carolina, Tampa Bay, Philly. And they can't run the ball. You know that Dowdle and Zeke have been struggling. This is going to be a beautiful setup schedule for Dak and CeeDee in the passing attack just to go bonkers the rest of the way. But I'm going to leave him at quarterback 14 this week. Quarterback 15. I had him on a sit-him last week. I hope you guys followed my call on that one, because Patrick Mahomes is struggling at quarterback, guys. I know they're winning games. This is what the Chiefs do. And it's crazy that they're getting their wins with all these injuries now, because they're going to figure this out. You know they are, and it's going to get better. But, man, 14 points again, right? So San Francisco defense, you're looking at Dak. There's a little example. 14 points for the Chiefs. They don't have a weapon like CeeDee Lamb, obviously, but they have Travis Kelce. But he hasn't dropped 20 points on the season, guys. Patrick Mahomes has not given you 20 fantasy points yet in fantasy football. I cannot rank him anywhere up there. I've had him on sit-him for 3 weeks straight. This is a week I'm not going to put him on a full sit-him, though, because you get the Las Vegas Raiders. This team is absolute shambles. They're giving up 16.3 points per game to the quarterback. That ranks 21st. They rank 27th in the red zone versus them. They give up 200 yards passing a game. So even without the weapons out there, this is one of the games I'm okay starting Patrick Mahomes, but I still don't love it till he shows me a 20-point game this year. Coming right behind him at number 16, Matty Stafford, Thursday Night Football versus the Vikings, and gets hopefully Cooper Kupp back as the update. We don't know how the workload is going to look here, but the Minnesota Vikings are terrible versus the wide receiver, guys. This is going to be a smash play for all the Rams wide receivers, but they do rank good versus the quarterback because they blitz. They get so many fumbles. They get so many sacks that there's 70% blitz rate, which is crazy. But Matt Stafford is also one of the best blitz reading quarterbacks that can hit a quick pass. So I'm looking at it a little differently in that aspect. The Vikings rank 14th versus the quarterback, giving up 15 points a game. They struggle more in the red zone, 24th in the red zone, and they give up 285 pass yards a game. 285.3, sorry, that ranks second last in the NFL. This is going to be a feast game for Matt Stafford. I'm okay starting him, and I love Cooper Kupp if he's back out there healthy this week. But I'll get to that in my wide receiver video. Right next to him at number 17 is going to be Geno Smith. This guy's just a model of fantasy consistency, man. That's all it is. It's literally 17, 15, 23. He could pop a 30-point game, but he's been a solid floor play quarterback. He's a top 6 quarterback right now. The matchup, though, guys, is not great this week. The Buffalo Bills versus the quarterback ranked 9th. They give up 14 points a game to the position. They rank 15th in the red zone. They give up 226 passing. The Bills really struggle versus the run. So they're very, very strong at the cornerbacks. They have 3 top 12 corners in the NFL. They play nickel package a lot. So they just lost DK Metcalf possibly week to week. He can fight to get back. Pay attention to the updates there. And Jay Season hasn't done shit. I was high for a breakout for him, and I'm starting to lose faith there. It could be more of a Tyler Lockett game. He's seeing more targets. But again, it's going to be a rough matchup here. I think it's more of a run game for the Seattle side. Here we go. First time on the board, baby. Russell starts cooking in Pittsburgh, man. I did not see him and George Pickens going off. I know he got the touchdown when Sauce Gardner got injured and went out, and George Pickens beat the backup corner, and the Jets secondary was beat up. I'm not getting on a super high horse yet on Russell Wilson, just because that defense was a little depleted. Now you're getting a matchup against a nasty front against the New York Giants. Yes, the New York Giants on the season, guys, right now versus the quarterback, they do give up 18.1. So they rank 25th. So the opportunities are here for Russell. They rank 13th in the red zone. They stingy up there. And then they give up 208 passing yards. But this defense is really good. It's like a Cleveland Brown things to me here. It's like Danny Dimes doesn't move the ball. So their defense is out there grinding all the time. And it's a good defense. They just can't become a good defense because they're always tired, man. So Russell Wilson, I'm going to put at the end of tier 2 as my quarterback 18 this week. And he'll be the last laugh on Monday Night Football if you start him. Number 19, the hottest quarterback in fantasy football. I do not like this week, guys. Got the hiccups going at the same time. Jared Goff. So 30, 30, 20 past 3 weeks, right? Absolutely insane completion percentage. 25 for 22 last week, 260, 2 TDs. Did it against the Vikings defense. And like I said, the Vikings defense gives up tons of pass yards. But this week, they're getting the Tennessee Titans, guys. The Tennessee Titans are number 1 versus the wide receiver. Number 1 in yards allowed per game to the wide receiver. Yes, they give up points to the quarterbacks, again, because their offense can't move the ball. So they only give up 15.7 points per game with a terrible offense. That means their defense is very elite, guys. They rank 18th in that category. They rank 17th in the red zone. They only give up 179 yards. Very, very good defense. Number 2 to Miami, who gives up 164, which is why I'm also, tripping on Kyler a little bit, right? Both these quarterbacks have very, very tough matchups this week at Jared Goff and Kyler Murray. I just have Kyler up there for the rushing upside. Number 20, man, and let me know in the comments right here. If you're watching the video to this point right here, let me know in the comments if you're dropping Anthony Richardson this week in fantasy football, right? Because this man, I saw a tweet also that he ranks 1999 out of 2,000 quarterbacks in the past 10 years in accuracy rating. That is as bad as it gets, man. Past 2 games he's played, he's had an average of 6.5 points. I mean, you get the Houston Texans. The matchup is not bad. They rank 23rd versus the quarterback. They give up 17.5. They just got, beat by Brandon McManus, bass fishing, pulled off the boat, hit the game-winning kick. The Houston Texans also ranked 25th in the red zone, so high touchdown upside rushing even for Anthony Richardson. 190 yards passing, which is lower. But this guy hasn't got anything going. I mean, I'm still putting him in the top 20, which is very, very low. I mean, I had him as my QB1, guys, in the offseason, and that one really, really stings. I thought he would have learned. I thought he would have, he is young. He hasn't played a lot of games. Hopefully it can get going because he's a superhuman athlete. But, man, right now, it is very, very tough. It's very, very tough. And I want to know what you guys think in the comments. If you're keeping him or dropping him, or you're going to ride one more week with a quarterback that may give you 5 points. Coming up behind him is going to be Trevor Lawrence. The Jags are finally out of London after back-to-back games, and they're going to get a home game this week that they're going up against the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers defense, guys, like I just said earlier in the video, they're a top 6 defense versus the quarterback. They give it 12.9 points per game. They rank 12th in the red zone. They give it 225 pass yards a game. It's going to be very ugly. BTJ is going to have one of those weeks that Stephon Diggs just did where Jair Alexander just locks him up. You're going to have to see more of Christian Kirk or Evan Ingram in this game because they're weak across the middle. They're not weak on the outside or at the safety position. And that's where the Jags thrive is deep balls. And I don't like Trevor Lawrence this week at all, but I have him at quarterback 21. Quarterback 22, my smash play last week. My waiver wire must pick up 2 weeks ago. Drake May, the rookie, has just done nothing but drop 20 points back-to-back. Rushing upside is there. This is going to be a tough matchup, though. Like I said, you get the New York Jets. They rank 5th versus the quarterback, giving up 12.7. They rank 6th in the red zone. They only give up 183 yards. That's 3rd best to the quarterback position. It's just a different defense he's going up against this week. Could he still be a 12-point, 15-point play? Possibly. I just don't love it versus the Jets. And I think they're going to be pissed off coming off that loss. And the Jets are going to come out firing. Man, number 25, man. And this one is painful. Baker Mayfield just got depleted on Monday Night Football. You lost Chris Godwin at the end of the game, down 10 points with 30 seconds to go where he should not be in the game. You have Mike Evans out there at 31 years old with a bum hamstring trying to grind it out at 4-2. All the coaching decisions were absolutely terrible by the Bucs, and it may have costed them their season. No joke, literally. So I'm dropping Baker Mayfield. I know he was quarterback 2 coming in. He's still a top 5 quarterback in fantasy points. I'm dropping him down a lot. He has lost his 2 stars, and we don't know how long Evans is going to be out, but Godwin's season is over. And man, it's just tough sledding from here, even in the matchup. Even if it was a super plus matchup, right? The Atlanta Falcons, so they give up 17.8 points per game to the quarterback position. They're 30th in the red zone. They give up 203 passing yards. This should be a smash matchup here, but I don't like it without the weapons out there. And I'd try and sell high, if you call it a sell high now, if they don't know, to get out from Baker Mayfield at all costs right now because it's going to be a way different looking offense without the stars out there. First time making the board of all season long, Jameis Winston, who I've been calling for videos for the past 3 weeks to get this starting job. This matchup, guys, is beautiful, right? And you know he's a gunslinger that's going to take shots. You know he's probably going to throw a couple picks, like I said in my defense video. But if he gets the starting job over DTR, pay attention to that. I know DTR got hurt. There's a couple, updates he could possibly play, possibly couldn't play. It's going to be Jameis Winston, in my opinion. Has to be, right? If it's not, it's just dumb. But the Baltimore Ravens, guys, rank 30th versus the quarterback. 20.9 points per game. They give up 300 passing yards a game. 308, they are the worst. They're 26th in the red zone. All systems go here for Jameis Winston. They can let it fly. Cedric Tillman looked good. Elijah Moore in the slot, not bad last week. I mean, for how beat up they are, they're trading away Amari Cooper as well. So if Jameis Winston is out here, I'm okay with a start with him this week as like a dart throw if you need one, because this guy could come out slinging and just go for 300 pass yards in a game and 3 TDs against this terrible Ravens defense. Heading down to Tier 4, first time he's made it into Tier 4, climbed up out of Tier 5. Bo Nix. The matchup here is great. One of the things I'm afraid of here with Bo Nix, though, is that the Carolina Panthers just get beat by the run all the time. I mean, that's what beats them every single week. So I think it's going to be a little more of a Javonte Williams game here. But Bo Nix has had 20, 20, and 14 in his past 3. Broncos are starting to get, string together a couple wins here. Still, Cortland Sutton with a 0. They don't have a lot of passing weapons, which is the problem for me. They won't put my guy Greg Dulcich out there, which I don't understand. But the Carolina Panthers guys ranked 29th versus the quarterback, giving up 19 points, 22nd in the red zone, 228 yards passing, bottom 10 in the NFL. So all signs are good here. I'm just tempering I'm okay starting him just like Jameis Winston's a dart throw, but I'm tempering expectations because I think it's more of a Javonte Williams game here. This one pains me, man. This one pains me. I'm going to bring up Jaden Daniels here while we're at it, too. Put him down on the injured side. So these quarterbacks at the bottom, by the way, I didn't explain them. Jaden Daniels, Derek Carr, Aiden O'Connell, they are injured right now. Derek Carr fighting to play. I don't know if he's going to be out there. It said 3 to 4 weeks. We're on week 3. Could be out there. But we'll get to that when I get to Spencer Rattler. Justin Fields and Bryce Young, also at the bottom, have lost their jobs. Now, Marcus Mariota came in, looked good. Hit Terry McLaurin. McLaurin looks like he actually got a boost from Marcus Mariota, which was crazy. Like, Terry McLaurin was not having a good game at all. McLaurin came in. They were down, they were down a lot. So they were down heavy. They were up heavy. My bad. looking at it wrong. And he came in and gave him 5 catches for like 70 yards. So the matchup here for the Washington Commanders this week against Chicago is very, very tough. So I don't think they're going to be throwing Jaden Daniels out there against one of the top defenses in the league. But Marcus Mariota still has some wheels to him. Still look good in the game. Obviously, it was the Carolina Panthers defense, which is, easy. Now you get the Bears. The Bears ranked second versus the quarterback, giving up 9 points a game. They ranked number 2 in the red zone, and they give up 202 yards. So I don't like anything here versus the Bears in this game. But if you need a super flex play, this is where I would rank Marcus Mariota this week. Coming up behind him, big game from Justin Herbert. We finally saw some passing yards, man. I'm excited to see it, but I don't think it's going to keep up here in this game as well. So, that was the first time all season he went over 250. And the week before that, after the bye, was the first time he went over 200. So the Chargers was run heavy. We saw a little more pass work here, and there was no Quentin Johnston either. Now this week, you're going to get the Saints. So when you look at this, the New Orleans Saints defense ranks 7th versus the quarterback, 13.5 points. They rank 5th in the red zone, but they give up 261 yards a game passing. So they really stingy up in the red zone, but they're a bottom 7 defense against the pass yards in a game. So how I look at it is Spencer Rattler is going to be your starting quarterback, right? Or if Carr's not out there, right? If Carr is out there, it opens up Herbert a little more. But Spencer Rattler has looked absolutely like a deer in the headlights. Not a good sign if he's out there. But it will give Justin Herbert more opportunities. But I think if Spencer Rattler's out there, it's going to be more of a J.K. Dobbins game because the Saints are struggling versus the run right now too. But I'll get to that in my running back video. But I'm going to leave Justin Herbert right here at the end of my tier 4. And now we're into the nitty gritty, the end of tier 5. Got to talk about every game. Danny Dimes. I don't know how this guy still has a job. He's playing the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. They're number 4 versus the quarterback. This is probably his last start this season, unless an injury happens. They're top 10 in the red zone. They have 234 yards. You're going to have Porter on Neighbors. The run game is going to be non-existent versus Steeler front. This is going to be really, really ugly for Danny Dimes. Coming in next to him, Andy. I missed Will Levis here. Sorry, Will Levis. We'll get to Andy Dalton next. I messed that up. So currently, Will Levis is going to be the starter, is what they're saying. So the AC sprain that was a grade 1 put to grade 2 before kickoff, which was strange. They brought in Mason Rudolph, thought that would make the offense look better. I knew there was absolutely no chance that Mason Rudolph was going to make the offense look better versus the Buffalo Bills. I thought that was like one of the craziest moves they could have made, but they decided to throw him out there. Hopefully it saved Will Levis, another disastrous game, and they kept him on the side for it, which could be, one of the coaching plays they thought of. But now the Tennessee Titans in week 8 are going to be taking on the Detroit Lions. And the Detroit Lions pass defense, for some reason, the past 2 weeks without Aiden Hutchinson has gotten better. So Will Levis, not even a thought as a start. Super flex if you need the play, possibly. I would start like Jordan Mason over him this week. That's how low I am on him. Andy Dalton with a -point game last week. What happened to the Panthers? The Commanders defense was supposed to be a smash play. I had Andy Dalton I think he ranked like 16, 17, just came out and shit the bed. Very, very bad. Now you get the Denver Broncos. In my opinion, the best defense in football. They rank number 3 versus the quarterback, giving up only 12 points. They rank 4th in the red zone. They give up 193 yards. And you got to look at last game, all the yards given up or whatever, they didn't even have their star cornerback, Patrick Surtain, who's going to be back. Andy Dalton is in for a rough one, guys. Coming in at number 31, it looks like Aiden O'Connell is headed to IR with a broken thumb for 4 weeks. You're going to get Gardner Minshew. They also signed Desmond Ridder. I don't care who it is. I'm not starting either one of them. Nothing to talk about there. And this is the Saints, Spencer Rattler. So, like I'm saying here, Spencer Rattler gets the start over Carr here. This is going to be a very, very, very tough matchup for him against the Chargers. And the Chargers last night, even in their matchup against the Cardinals, had their 2 corners down who almost played. So they get their starting corners back too. And Rattler just hasn't looked good, man. But let's say Carr fights to play, guys. I would put Carr right behind Justin Herbert in tier 4 right here because you have Shaheed down on IR, Olave coming back off the concussion. It's just not looking good for the Saints moving forward here. So I'm going to leave Spencer Rattler here as my last quarterback for now and pay attention to the Carr updates. Thanks for rocking with me. That is the end of episode 110, my QB rankings, all tiers, guys. Before we head out, make sure you smash that like, make sure you smash that subscription, turn that bell on. It helps me out a ton, guys. I will be live all weekend long, again, Thursday to Monday, helping you guys with anything fantasy football. Tons of different shows coming this week. And if you can't make the shows, always drop any comment you have down below. You can check out my kicker and defense top rankings video before if you want. This is my QB, my running back, wide receiver, and tight end will come next. I will try to get them all to you guys today. That is a goal of mine as a content creator. And that's it for me in this video, man. Hope to see you guys in the next one. SleezBall out.